All right, it's rivalry week here on the University of Nevada campus. Coming up Saturday night, Wolfpack and the Rebels at Lawlor Events Center. Governor's Series matchup should be a lot of fun. We're here with Marqueze Coleman, who's had some pretty good moments in his career against UNLV. But Marqueze, first and foremost, what's this week like as you guys get ready for a rivalry game?
For us, it's a lot of preparation. We're going to treat it like it's every other game. It just makes it that much more, exciting for us to give another against UNLV. And throughout my career here, it's been a lot of tough battles between them and us.
And you've had some pretty good highlight moments throughout your career. Let's go back a couple of years ago, and I want you to tell me about a play you were on the front end of. Deonte Burton actually finished the play, but you were the guy that was on the front end and threw a nice lob. So tell us about that play.
Yeah, I joke around a lot with it. And people do it with me as well. It's just one of those plays where, it was a pretty bad pass. And, it was made up for with a great dunk by Deonte. We all know he could fly. So, I just put it up there. It was higher than I expected it to be. But, him having, his athletic ability, he finished it, with authority. And it happened to be one of the top plays on SportsCenter that night.
We actually have the clip. Let me let you take a look at this because I want you to take us through this a little bit here. So we're going to go ahead and have you watch this play. Take us through it. Tell us what's going on here as we watch this. So you got some pretty good defense inside, first of all. Mm-hmm. Now here we go on the break, so tell me what's going on.
Well, Deonte, the player that he is, he gives it up knowing he's going to get it back. I didn't think he expected it to be that high either, as you can tell by his reaction. But yeah, I just wanted to make the unselfish play, and I know he could really jump out the gym, so I just put it up there for him to grab. And I know, that really got us going, and I don't think UNLV, had the lead since that play.
All right, true or false? You've never thrown a worse lob in your life than that one.
Very true. That's the worst it could possibly get.
Would you have caught that if somebody had thrown that?
I don't think so. I only think it's, two types of people that can get that, and, he's one of them.
All right. He's an honest man. It was a bad lob, but it turned out pretty good. Hey, then last year down at the Thomas Mack Center, and another pretty good moment for you as you hit the game-winning shot late in the ball game. What was that experience like for you?
It was a great experience. Given that it was at Thomas Mack, made it that much, more greater for myself and for our team. It's a great atmosphere to play in, and just wanted to make a big play. It was a tie ball game, and I'm pretty confident in myself, so I'm pretty much going to shoot that ball, 99.9% of the time, and it just happened that it went in that night.
All right, let's take a look at this clip, because this was actually, it's a pretty simple play, I think, yeah. when all is said and done, but take us through this one here.
Yeah, Caleb with the high ball screen. Coach Carter at the time, he actually diagrammed the play to go into AJ, and I kind of told him, Coach, I don't know if you have enough time to get it in there. He said, yeah, you're right. So he just drew up a high screen pick and roll, and I just came off, and 99.9% of the time I'm going to shoot it. So yeah. I just let it fly, and it went in.
Is there any better feeling for you than when you hit a shot like that in a rivalry game on the road?
No, that's as best as it gets. On the road, Thomas and Mack, how they are, how they are towards us, and just to get the joy and be able to, say we beat them in Thomas and Mack at the style we did, it was just great. It was a great feeling.
All right, gonna be a lot of fun. Game day, Saturday, Wolfpack and the Rebels. We'll see you guys at Lawlor Events Center.